What's up, everybody? This is Coach Brad. Today I'm bringing you a whiteboard that I drew myself, and I'm showing you some differences in seat ergonomics. Now, a lot of us are stuck working from home, and what I want to show you is what a poor versus a good setup might be for your keyboard, your monitor, and your chair. In the top picture, take a look at how the screen is considerably lower than the person's head. So his head is facing down and forward. Now this is going to, anatomically speaking, this is going to put stress on his neck and upper back, or her neck and upper back. You can also probably see that the hips are lower than the knees. Okay? And his elbows are below his wrists, which is not the most comfortable position. Long-term use of that position may lead to things like carpal tunnel syndrome and just general wrist pain from typing and working at a computer. In the bottom one, you can see we've raised the monitor up so the eye line is straighter or more neutral toward the monitor. So screen high, head neutral. We've put the person on a riser, a pillow, or a pad, so that the hips are just a few inches above the knees. 1 to 3 inches can make quite a big difference, and you'll feel that when you're sitting in the chair. And the elbows are above or level with the wrists. So in this position, the fingers would slightly come down, angled slightly toward the keyboard, right? So what that would look like, I'm going to put this down. So I have a wood box here. I realize this is higher than a normal chair at home, but this is all I have to work with for the moment. So I'm going to use an example. Patrick Ewing, basketball player, he's 6'11". When he would sit on the bleachers at the basketball game, he'd look like he was like this because his legs are so long and the bleacher is so low it's not appropriate for his leg length. So he'd be sitting like this and his back would be all hunched over. His knees would be way higher than his hips like this. So to avoid this so-called Patrick Ewing syndrome, we need to get it so that if my hips were level here, that's no good. You can see that there's space between my feet and the floor, which means I've got to raise my butt higher. So I'm going to put a cushion here, and I think that's a 2-inch cushion. It's a balance cushion I got off Amazon. But now you can clearly see my hips are above my knees. If this is too high and I want my feet flat, that's a personal judgment for you, personal comfort level, but you can always put something under your feet if need be. A standing desk might be a great option, but this is for those of you who may not have a standing desk or for whatever reason that's not an option for you right now. This is how we can make it more comfortable for you sitting at your desk. Although, as a trainer, I still recommend that you get up every 20 to 30 minutes and stretch. So imagine, if you will, I've got a keyboard about this height, so my fingers can angle slightly down from the wrists. My elbows are down nice and low and close to my body. I'm not way up here like this. And I would have raised the monitor to about this height so that I could look more or less forward. So let's say most of us own a laptop, right? So if you own a laptop, what you should consider is getting a separate keyboard. I know it sounds crazy, but you can always raise the laptop up and use a Bluetooth keyboard that's at the appropriate height so that your hands and wrists and arms are more comfortable doing your typing, but you can keep your eyes up here. Because now my head can sit right over my body. I don't have stress on the back of my neck unless I'm looking down and forward like this. And the problem is, in our computer, our office spaces generally, just an inch or two forward of movement can really start to add up over an 8 or, God forbid, a 10-hour day. So you may not even notice that it's moving forward just a teeny bit until the end of the day. But we're getting into this problem where we have this head forward posture. We tend to round the shoulders forward, so we spread out our shoulder blades. So these muscles are lengthened now, and these are shortened. And now this permanently affects my posture. So to get out of this, I need to work out in such a way that I challenge, usually with resistance training, my upper back muscles to strengthen them and try to shorten them or get them into a position where they stay shorter so that it changes my bone alignment, especially for shoulder blades. And I probably have to stretch the muscles here to help my chest open up and help my shoulders sit further back. And then that's a better posture for you. Guys, I hope this was helpful. This was the best visual I could come up with for the time being. I'm working with limited equipment. If you have questions or want more details on this, please don't hesitate to contact me on my email, my website, or comment on the YouTube channel. Guys, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.